explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
The BP oil spill has caused physical and financial damage in the Gulf region, as well as emotional trauma. If you're having increased feelings of anxiety or anger, you can call the Oil Spill Distress Hotline. Call 1-800-985-5990 or text Talk With Us to 66746. We're working to restore the environment. Now let's work to restore hope, confidence, and peace of mind.
Lead paint poisoning affects over 1 million children today. If your home was built before 1978, your kids could be at risk. Log on to leadfreekids.org or call 800-424-LEAD.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those hands.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Welcome back to SCSU Local. In order to put on a great performance, you need a great leader. Fortunately for the St. Cloud Orchestra has Andrew Altenbach. Let's hear from Andrew as he tells us what it takes to conduct an entire symphony.
My name is Andrew Altenbach, and I'm the artistic director and principal conductor of the St. Cloud Symphony. We have kind of ideas of thematic stuff that we want to talk about or explore or invest in, and then we construct a program around that. So this one is all Russian composers, and then we do another one in May, which is called Pictures at Pictures, and we do pictures at an exhibition. But then the entire lobby is going to be an art exhibit as well. So we're combining visual arts because all the music on the program is visual art based. And so we're combining two different things. I've been directing this group as my second year with St. Cloud Symphony. I've been conducting for, I don't know, 7, 8 years now. I'm a pianist by training, and I still play a lot of piano, and I wasn't really actually serious about music when I was a little kid. I was more interested in sports and girls than I was in music. But then when I went off to college, I became much more interested in music. I went to a summer program for music, and I had never done something like that. And it was, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I went to a program in Chicago, and I met all these people from kind of all over the world and all over the country, and it was really interesting. And people who were there were starting to do music as seriously as I was, so that was really exciting just to be around other people like that. I mean, my job is kind of like a basketball coach. I am there to kind of direct how we play together, but I'm not actually making sound myself. And I'm there to encourage, but also talk about good playing habits together. So that's the rehearsal process, is about those good habits of playing together and listening to each other in a certain way. And then in the performance, it's more about trusting them that the work that we've done up until that point is there. And then I provide, rhythmic security, and I also provide, hopefully some inspiration. I can convey a certain emotion in my face and try to get them to respond to that so that we get a response out of the audience. For this program, we're doing all Russian music, and it's because there's so many great pieces by Russian composers, and we had a really great pianist that we wanted to come play with the orchestra, so we designed a program around Russian master composers. Rachmaninoff's Second Piano Concerto, which a lot of people know, is the kind of the focal point. But then we start with Rimsky-Korsakov, which he was a teacher not of Rachmaninoff, but of Tchaikovsky, and we're doing Tchaikovsky at the end of the program, and it's his second symphony, and he composed a lot of symphonies in his life, 6, and most people know the 4th, 5th, and 6th ones, but the second one is more of like a young person's piece. So it doesn't mean it's for young people per se. I mean, it's for any ages, but as he was developing as a composer himself, you kind of see like a young genius figuring things out, basically. I think you find that the melodies are the most singable of all classical music, and that just the emotional content is the most easy to identify. So you get a real, I think, emotional charge off of listening to this stuff.
Andrew seems to be doing a wonderful job. I don't think I could conduct. I just don't have any rhythm.
While conducting that might not be for everyone, there are more than enough instruments to keep your interest.
Our next feature lets us hear from a member of the low brass.
The St. Cloud Symphony Orchestra is a community-based orchestra comprised primarily of musicians from in and around St. Cloud, but we also have musician members from outstate in Minnesota, as well as those who travel up from the Twin Cities to participate with us. It varies from concert to concert, but for this upcoming concert, probably at our largest, so roughly 75, 80 people on stage. This year we are performing, let me see, I always have to think about this. I believe it's 5 full concerts. We also had a chamber music concert. We had to run them down quickly. We had what we call our preview concert, sort of a sneak peek at the rest of the season. That occurred in September. And we had a fall concert, our annual holiday concert, then our chamber music concert, then the concert that's upcoming, which is our Russian showcase, and then we have one final concert in the season. In general, we play music that spans the ages, so old music, new music, primarily and almost exclusively written for the symphony orchestra, so classical music in its broadest sense. But this concert we're featuring also a soloist who will be joining us playing the Rachmaninoff Second Piano Concerto, and so we bring a wide variety of different things to the stage. The upcoming concert, I will be performing with the orchestra as a member of the trombone section, principal trombonist, and we're playing some great literature that doesn't feature the instrument, but we get to play a lot. Low brass is traditionally thought of as the trombone and tuba. There are also some other instruments in there, but on the symphony orchestra stage, what you would see that would be considered low brass are the trombone section and then the single tubist that usually comes with an orchestra. I chose low brass well, I chose it in 5th grade when I chose to play a band instrument, and that was the trombone. And played all throughout high school, and as I got into the college, I decided to pursue it more passionately, which led to then also possibilities for building a career around that musical performance, and so my specialty became low brass. As is true with most symphony orchestras, the low brass section usually is comprised of 4 people. There are 3 members of the trombone section, 2 tenor trombonists and a bass trombonist, and then usually 1 principal tuba player. A lot of time is expected in practice away from rehearsals, but our rehearsal schedule right now is such that we usually rehearse once a week for a 2.5-hour block. We do that over the course of 4 to 5 weeks and then present our concert. We always hope that the audience walks away having had a great evening of classical music, and that we've provided not only that classical music experience, but we've also built in our audience's mind that great music happens here in the St. Cloud community.
I know I can say I will definitely be watching Dr. Springer and the rest of the low brass section at the performance.
Well, coming up after the break, we will feature one young musician that you'll definitely want to keep an eye on.
Keep watching, you local. We'll be right back.
All right, you ready for it? What happened to the black boy who went to the
We see scenes like these every day, but how often do we speak up? Now you can break the silence and join SCSU students as we challenge racism and inequalities April 4th through 8th. Break the silence and stand up to racism.